Hey.
Oh.
There
Fix
must have
this.
been an angel
Hi, guys.
by my side.
What's going on? Okay.
It's going to be a lot of Sade today, guys.
It is Freska and Rudy. It is Hitless Live
What's up,
on
dudes?
YouTube. If you're just joining us for the first time, we actually do mornings on 102.9 KBLX in San Francisco. It's the best throwbacks in R&B.
Yeah, know that. And if you were listening today, maybe you heard me sounding like I got a little bit of a cold. I'm a little nasally right now.
Yeah, he says it's not the flu, but
It's not the flu. I don't think it's the flu.
Don't cough or sneeze this direction, please.
I wouldn't do that to you. I
would.
I wouldn't spray you with my
I know.
germs. I wouldn't do that to you. But yeah, man, it's crazy because I feel like I just got to thug it out though. You know,
Yeah,
I got
a lot
so
of
much
people in
stuff
the
to
Bay are
do.
sick, dude.
Yeah. What's up? What's your remedy? What's your go-to remedy when you start feeling like a little scratchy throat?
Sleep and a lot of fluids, vitamin C, that kind of deal.
I do so much warm water and salt. Like I'm gargling all. I feel like I'm just drinking the ocean.
You should.
Every single day, I got like 6 cups of warm water, and I get all up in there.
Oh man, welcome again to Hitless
thugging it out.
Live. Yeah, we're gonna be thugging it out. But we're gonna still have some fun. We're gonna be talking about a lot of cool things that are happening right now. For example, have you ever gone on a plane? You had a long plane ride and wanted to just like lie down on the entire row?
Yeah, that's the opportunity that I'm looking for every single time that I'm on a plane.
That is the best seat on the entire plane.
Oh,
that
it's
whole
like a
row.
little bed, little cot.
Lufthansa, hopefully folks as in other airline companies are going to follow suit. But Lufthansa is testing a new option that's going to let people that are sitting in economy actually purchase an entire row. And when you do that, you'll have a blanket. They'll give you a pillow. They'll also give you a whole like little mattress pad to put through the entire row so that you could just be comfortable.
But to be honest with you, I think they already do this. I mean, you could just buy 3 seats though. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's an actual cost of 3 seats. I'm not sure, but even if you buy 3 seats, you don't get a blanket, you don't get all that stuff. So
I could bring that myself though. But honestly, though, most people do already bring their own blankets and their own pillow. See, my concern with this,
you don't get a mattress pad.
Right. But I'm not bougie like that. I don't need all that. No, but actually, I do appreciate like the sentiment. But if all this is like a roundabout way to charge people like me who are sitting in the back of a Southwest Airlines flight or a Spirit flight, and there's nobody. You've ever been back there when there's like nobody, there's only like 12 people on the flight?
Yeah, then you can do that anyways.
I know. So, but if this is just like a roundabout way to start telling me and like regulating, like, no, sir, you can't do that because you didn't buy our 3-seat package.
No.
If as long as it's not that, then I'm cool with it.
I don't think so. It's for like those long haul like trips, like 11 hours or more. They did mention that, and so this guarantees you a whole row,
right? Because you're buying 3 seats.
Yeah, but you don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Separately.
I mean, look, Lufthansa, you got my respect. Your hustle is sharp. You're gonna get a lot of people to buy into this. You know what I'm saying? You're basically selling me 3 seats.
You're gonna be in the back like this, like all close to the person next to you,
right,
and that is so uncomfortable.
And that is though, because that's actually the worst way to sleep. I feel like I'm Dracula, because like Dracula sleeps standing up. And you know what's so crazy is like every single time that I'm on a flight, my biggest concern now is not that I'm gonna fall asleep. I don't mind falling asleep with my neck kind of twisted up a little bit.
Yeah.
My biggest fear now is falling asleep and then just having like a big old drop of dribble, like just some spit coming out of my mouth, because that's happened to me so many times. And I've had the attendant, the flight attendant, they'll have to like wake me up
to wipe up your drool.
No. I mean, I'd pay extra for that.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, when Spirit starts offering that deal, I'll take that. But like when they'll bring my soda or they'll bring my whatever it is that I asked for, and then I got to wake up and I just got this long, drool thing coming out of my mouth because they don't let you recline enough.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You got to pay for that too.
See, we need to figure this out. This is what the American airline industry needs to figure out. How can I get the same price seat with just a little bit more lean back room? You know what I mean? Like, I need that.
Well, you have to pay for that now.
I know, but that's
what I'm saying. Like,
I need somebody to come through and just. I mean, can the American people just have anything? Can we just get a little more lean back room for free?
Maybe other airlines do that too. Not just the American ones.
Right, but a couple of months ago we were talking about how they're going to start charging you in order to get a lean back seat.
Yeah, that is true.
So they're charging you just to get a lean back seat. Now they're charging you just so you can lay down on these empty seats that are there because nobody bought them.
Well,
I mean, what else do they want from us? You know, like
money.
I know.
Money.
Southwest Airlines started charging us to check a bag in.
More money.
It's like, come on, y'all. Like, we want to travel, but we don't want to break bread every single time. You know, it's already bad enough I got to sit to somebody that's wearing Crocs and like some booty shorts. I don't need that.
Jeez.
I don't need that. I'm just saying though.
On everybody, so
yeah, exactly. They don't need that either. If they gave me a little bit more lean back, then the drool would stay in the mouth.
All right, Rudy. Well, hopefully your dream will come true.
I mean, don't you want something from the airlines? I mean, I know you travel every now and then. Don't you want a little something extra? Isn't there something on your wish list?
Well, I'm actually purchasing a footstool or like those blow up footstool things, and then I'm also going to buy the one that you have to blow up too, so that you could sleep in front like this.
Okay, see, right?
Instead of putting your head onto the folding table or onto the side or whatever, so you can sit on this thing. You put it here, and then you put your face in it.
You're getting creative. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? We already pay enough money for it. Let Freska lay back. Let her lean back a little bit.
Fly.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna not fly. You know, that's crazy. I can't take the train everywhere. This ain't the wild, wild west.
Oh well.
All right. Just if you're here, if you're listening to us, Lufthansa, we like where you're going with this.
We like where you're going. Yeah.
But just don't charge me for things that were already free, okay? You're watching Hit List Live right now. It's Freska and Rudy. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Freska and Rudy. And speaking of hassles while you do some transportation, if you're driving in San Francisco any day of the week, you're probably already late, all right? San Francisco is like the only, the Bay Area, man, I swear. Sometimes I jump on the freeway and I'm like, why am I paying so much to live here again for all this traffic jam?
Traffic is crazy.
San Francisco is ranking third worst in traffic nationwide, and I'm extremely surprised to hear that because, yeah, if you go around the country, some of these places are so terrible. I just didn't know that San Francisco was that bad.
Have you ever driven through the financial district during rush hour? You cannot get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched as I walk by or as I go on a scooter. You know, I'm just kind of like watching everybody. Like,
it's terrible.
It's like a parade.
I used to work over off of Battery near Broadway. And when you drive out of there, you literally it'll take you probably an hour to get from Market Street, like passing Market Street, onto the freeway.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
So is this the worst traffic? Like, it's number 3 in the nation. Have you ever been in worse traffic than San Francisco traffic? Because I don't know. I don't know if they mean specifically San Francisco or if it's the Bay Area.
No, it's San Francisco
just
specifically.
The city, huh?
Yeah, which has made me think about like all of our freeways though in the Bay Area are getting really super jammed. So you commute all the way from San Leandro.
Yeah. I come from the East Bay, so like if I miss if I jump on the freeway like 15 minutes after a certain time, I'm screwed. Like I might as well just put in my favorite podcast, and I'm going to be sitting at the bridge toll for a good 40 minutes. But that's not even the worst part. The worst traffic in the Bay Area is that section where Berkeley and Emeryville take you up to Vallejo. I forget
on 80.
I don't know. That must be 80 East. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's that one, and it just feels like it is never empty.
I know.
Doesn't matter what day of the week it is.
Or what time.
Doesn't matter if it's a holiday.
Yeah.
There's always a million cars. And my GPS with a thick red line. It's like purple sometimes. That's how bad it is.
I know, that sucks. I was asking folks, I'm curious to know what freeway you think is the worst in the Bay. What time of the day do you drive it? And how long is your commute? So Theo says he does 680 south from Milpitas to 101 south. And a 13-mile drive, door to door, 60 minutes. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
My goodness, man! If you drive DoorDash for that, I'm eating your food. Like if I'm a DoorDash driver, I am eating your food. That's just a part of the deal right there.
Jeremy, the 880 is a big thing here. 880 South, Hayward to Oakland's bad. Highway 4 again, and 680 rush hour, horrible traffic. That's from Bella Tolentino. I mean, 880 is really big on this. Everyone doesn't like it.
Well, if I had to vote, I mean, we've all driven on most of the freeways and most of the highways in the Bay Area. But if I had to vote, and it's not because I'm an East Bay guy, 880 South at any given moment can be an absolute nightmare. Like just a shutdown. It's basically a parking lot, and there's been so many times I've been on all these freeways, but only on 880 have I literally gotten out of the car to stretch.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah, and I'm not the only one.
What part? I
mean, 880 going down south to Oakland, going to Hayward. Basically, anything 880 from like Richmond to San Jose.
Yeah,
you can get trapped in that portion of 880 at any given moment. And yes, you got to get out of your car to stretch because I'm not gonna mess up my lower spinal cord. just because people want to watch one person change a tire.
Oh, I know.
And it's always that. It's always like,
the
brother,
whole rubbernecking thing.
It's like, why? Like, you've never seen. I understand that most modern men don't know how to change a tire, but learn another way.
But then sometimes it's a potholes. It's a potholes on 882 that are like jacking people's tires up, and they have to pull over and do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, that's your fault though, because if you haven't learned the potholes in the Bay Area yet, you know, you're just not paying attention.
I do want to say hi to Jojo Villanueva. Also Daniel Vasquez. So that's Bosco, Mario Wright, and Lucas and Alan Chin. They all were like chiming on this whole thing. Like, yeah, man, the Bay's got some terrible spots.
Yeah. If I see any of you guys on 880, okay, you know, just throw up the peace signs. That way we know we're both suffering the same way.
280 didn't get so many. 280 or 580
didn't get too bad.
Many. It's been 880, 680, 580. Like,
you would think that the connectors would be bad, but it's usually not the connectors. It's like the main freeways. Those are the ones that are killing me. So next time if you ever see me pulling out a grill and just barbecuing on the side of 880, you know why? Because we're not moving. We haven't moved in 2 hours.
It's Freska and Rudy, and welcome again to Hit List Live. You can catch us on 102.9, the best throwbacks in R&B, weekday mornings from 6 to 10. All right, let's talk about when people's opinions just stop mattering. Okay, because if you're at that point in your life, congratulations.
You made it.
Because that means your midlife brain is in full effect.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's your midlife.
The midlife brain.
The midlife brain. That's a part of your brain that just doesn't give any Fs.
I'll hang on to that. I'm definitely in midlife mode.
Yeah, because there was an Oprah article that I read, and it was talking about how the brain changes when we do get older, and that part actually helps us just to kind of like remove those emotions and stuff that doesn't suit us, that doesn't help us.
Right.
So it helps us to be like less dramatic and not give any Fs, man. Have 0 Fs.
Yeah, it sucks when you get older and you think back on all the time you wasted caring about what other people thought of you.
It changes your friendships.
Yeah.
Too.
And it's like the part that kind of hurts me is like I spent all that time, and then I look at those same people now and I'm like, oh my God, like, you guys are some losers. Like why was I so caught up trying to impress you and trying to make a good mark in your mind?
Like, care too much, basically.
Yeah, you just care too, and it's so liberating. You get to a certain point in life where you just feel like, you know what? It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, because the one thing that hits you when you get older is that none of these people are really going to have a huge factor. They're not going to be a huge factor in your life and in your life decisions. And they really don't care as much as you think they care. That's what it is. You kind of trick yourself into thinking that people care that much.
Yeah, I think that this usually happens in your like 30s, they say. In your 30s, this is kind of when you start to like not care as much. And think about it. Think about it in your personal life. The ones that care a lot are the ones that get sick.
Oh.
And the ones that don't care about your feelings, they're like going off without a care and totally fine.
So you're saying caring brings stress?
I think it does.
Wow.
Like the very emotionally empathetic people that really can't. And they say that you harbor a lot of stress in parts of your body.
Yeah.
And then it becomes inflammation and Like, I mean, you can read a whole thing on it. But yeah. And so the ones that I feel like the ones that really kind of don't care are the ones that are happier people.
What was the thing in your life that you really, like back in the day, or maybe even now, what was something in your life that you really cared about in terms of what other people thought of you?
I think it was just more about not letting things go. It was more about that, not letting things go, and then working so hard to try and help folks that honestly don't care about you. And it's really tough because I think when you get older, your circle of friends becomes smaller. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that way, like that midlife part of your brain, because you're entering midlife there, kind of, is just kind of like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, don't trip on that.
So you never had anything like in high school or anything like that where you used to really care about what other people thought about you? Like something that now you look back on and you're like, man, why was I even tripping off that? Like, who cared what those people thought of me?
Oh, probably my hair.
Right, yeah. See, but some things never change. Because I see you every morning hooking that hair up.
Look at how terrible this is.
There we go.
Head, okay?
Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it feel good to be free?
Well, I always tell people that, hey, I dye my hair and I do all that stuff. Whatever.
Dude. Hey, guys.
Who cares?
Hit List Live. We got Freska to show her messy hair.
Let me see
Next,
yours.
I mean, I just don't want to take my helmet.
Yeah,
I just want to take my headphones off.
Go do it.
But first
it's
the hair,
Vanity.
and tomorrow we'll get the makeup off. As soon as we get the mega ball, then we really
Let's look at my Instagram. It's all over that.
There we go. Good for you. You're watching Hitless Live right now. Speaking of Instagram, make sure to catch Freska and Rudy. Follow us on Instagram at Freska and Rudy. And we're talking about caring about how how we're perceived by other people.
Yep.
And some of those people that we really worry about what they think about us are our friends, right? And I don't know if you knew this, but 30% of millennials are feeling lonely because they say that it's harder to have a core group of friends because staying close often takes more effort than it used to.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
I'm shocked that these people are barely figuring this out.
Well,
millennials get it together.
But it does change, though, as you get older. You figure your friendships when you're in high school are different when in your 20s. And they're like every decade, right? It changes, especially when you have kids.
Right.
All of a sudden you can't go out. You can't do that kind of stuff. And if you have to call a friend who is trying to have their kid go to sleep, it's like, don't call me like at 3 o'clock because my kid is sleeping. Like, we'll just go to another room. Well, because I have to sleep too.
Yeah.
My kid, it's the only time I can sleep too. So your schedules change and stuff.
The problem with millennials right now, the problem that a lot of millennials are having, and I consider myself one, but the thing is that there's a contingency, a group of millennials that have gotten married and started families, and they're doing that, and that's a beautiful thing. And then there's a group of us who never got married, never has had kids, and for some of us, not me, I know better, believe me. But,
what's that?
But for some of us, we still think that it's cool to just go hang out with your homies on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's like, bro, you don't you see that they're raising a family?
Yeah.
Don't you see that they're doing something bigger than fantasy football? You know what I mean? Like, you have to give your people some space in order for them to live their life. And sometimes that means that you guys aren't going to kick it that often. And that might feel like your friendships are drifting away, but it's not that. They're just doing things that are very important right now.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have to figure it out.
But also, like we were just saying, is that you do have to, put more effort into the both parties, right? The one that has a family now might also feel like they're they have a lot of FOMO, right? Like the fear of missing out on some fun things, right? But then the person that does not have kids are like, you have to give your friend some patience because they're raising a family, like you said, So it's a something that has to happen both ways.
Yeah, like this message right here is for the millennials. It kind of feels like we're speaking specifically to the people who don't have kids and don't understand what it's like to raise a family and just kind of have to drift away from your friend group. But also shout out to the people who are having kids, are starting families, and still have like the kindness to invite that one lonely friend over every now and then.
Yeah.
That you're like, hey man, call Rudy, man. It's Thanksgiving. He's probably at the house just eating pizza. Like, come, just invite him over. Shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, kick your friend out of the house when it's over. Tell him to go home.
Yeah.
So he doesn't think that it's cool to just hang around till 2 o'clock in the morning.
You're not that guy.
Oh hell no! I would never be that guy.
I was gonna say.
No, I was raised right. Like, believe me, like I would never just pull up to my homie's house on a Saturday. Like, what's up, man? Let's kick it. It's like, dude, I have a 2-year-old.
Yeah, there'd be the drunk friend sleeping on the couch.
Oh my! It's always that guy.
Yo.
And you know what that drunk friend never does? They never fold their blanket. And that's why you never get invited back.
Oh, that's right.
I used to be that guy.
No.
But then I became.
When did that end?
That ended like 10 years ago. I was like, you know what? I got to start folding my blankets. If you're gonna let me sleep on the couch,
shaking you. Hey.
Yeah, if you're gonna let me sleep on the couch, then I gotta at the very least I gotta fold a blanket.
Oh my god!
Fold your blankets, guys.
I'm so upset at you
for not folding a blanket.
Yeah.
Well, that's
opening
cool.
up my home to you, and then all of a sudden you just leave it as a slobby like that.
At least you're not upset at me for showing up at 2 o'clock in the morning, thinking like, hey, what's up, man? Let's hang out.
I wouldn't open the door.
No, you wouldn't. See, and that's the attitude
I have a family.
We need.
You're being crazy.
That's how you check your friends, yo.
It's Freska and Rudy, and welcome to Hitless Live. It is a time where we are actually able to do this every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So tell a friend, have some fun. Follow us on Instagram as well at Freska and Rudy. All right, so it is like mid-January now, almost late January.
Late January,
I guess,
yeah.
Right, and people are still returning gifts from the holidays. But
ungrateful. You guys are ungrateful.
Some of them are used already, and they're like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But you know who has the best return policy?
Who's that?
Costco.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Costco.
Hands down.
Do you remember hearing about that? It was a person that was returning their couch that was 2 years old.
I mean, I've heard
and they were like, I don't like it anymore.
I've heard of some crazy returns at Costco. I used to have a buddy who worked at Costco for many years. He would tell me a lot of crazy stories.
But this person, because he's supposed to, I think their policy is you can return it for whatever reason at any time. There has to be some policy restrictions somewhere there, but I think she was still able to return it, but the person was like, I'm not going to take that from you.
Yeah, I'm not an economist, but how the hell does Costco do that?
I don't know.
Like, how do you make money allowing people to bring back like old tires from like 1994? How do you do that?
I don't know. I was actually trying to look and see, like, would they take tires back? I mean, that seems a little crazy.
So this person who worked at Costco didn't allow the policy to be put into play?
No, and then people were trying. So that guy went viral, and they were like, you are this person is not the worker should have taken the 2-year-old couch because that's policy.
Yeah, you could even flip it upside down, shake all the change and the Cheetos out of it. You know what I'm saying? You probably got a little something there. I don't understand how they do it, but shame on this guy. Like, I'm sure that a lot of people think that it doesn't make sense, but that's the policy. You got to follow the policy.
But, I mean, shouldn't you have any kind of, I don't know, self-respect to not to bring a couch that's 2 years old back to Costco?
Not at all. If Costco doesn't respect themselves enough to not allow me, then why should I? I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing back everything. I'm bringing back couches. I'm bringing back mattresses. I'm bringing back sheets.
What is the most trifling thing that you've done to go and return?
One time I did buy a TV for a Super Bowl party. It's an old trick.
Okay.
I bought a TV and I used it for the party.
It's an old trick.
Oh yeah, it's an old trick. We used to, when I worked at, this is from back in the day too. That when I worked at Montgomery Wards back in the day, it's like people used to do this all the time, and they always did it around Super Bowl time. So you knew exactly what was going on. Somebody comes in. They'd buy like a 20 or a 45, 50-inch plasma TV. It's like this $3,000 purchase. And then they buy that on Friday. Then they come back on Monday because obviously it's within the return policy.
We didn't like how it looked.
We didn't like how it looked.
The game was on.
Yeah, we didn't like watching the Niners win the Super Bowl. So
Wow.
Yeah. So I did that before. I did that. I'm not gonna say what store, but it might have been the best buy of my life. I gotta say. I did it.
Wow.
I did it, and I had no shame about it. I actually felt like I was beating the system.
Did you do anything else after that? Like, did you?
Nah, because
you only did it once.
No, I only did it one time because I wanted to throw a big party, and I was like, oh, I'll get this TV, then I'll return it. So no shame in my game. I did it.
I returned clothes.
I believe that.
I had to get clothes for a photo shoot.
Right. Wow.
And I just took the tags in for the photo shoot.
See, that's more trifling than the TV, though.
What do you mean?
No, that is because the clothes are like on your person with your scent and all of your DNA and everything on it. Okay. I just watched
your
the TV.
fingerprints were on that TV
but
too.
That's
bro.
about it, though. That's about it. You're never going to compare my fingerprints to your armpit prints. It's totally different.
I don't know. That didn't happen.
I think you're a little more traveling. Everybody, jump in the comment section. Tell me.
It was pants. It
was
my God. A shirt.
Pants?
Pants, shirt, and a jacket. And so I just folded the tags in.
I'm not gonna lie, Fresh.
I haven't
that's
done that
gross.
in a long time.
I hope you never do it again. Okay, but you let us know in the comment section. What's more trifling?
It wasn't a couch. I wasn't sitting on the couch for 2 years.
What's more trifling? Buying a TV and then bringing it back after watching a game, or buying a full ensemble?
I hate when you're doing this.
Buy a full ensemble and then return the clothes. Like, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Either way, though. Either way.
Oh, man.
Still, I think we're both pretty trifling for that whatsoever. Either way, so I guess we're both guilty of it.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. We don't have a mailbag today.
I know. Let me see if there's anybody else that wrote in. Let's see on our thing here.
I wish the comment section would start blowing up so we could just jump in there, because I feel like there's a lot of good things that
I know.
A lot of good questions that could be asked.
Okay. Well, yeah. I think that was at Alan Chin. So yeah.
All right. Shout out to you, Alan Chin.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who told us all about the messed up traffic on the freeways.
Yeah, man. Crazy.
All right. Well, I guess that's it.
All right.
We did it.
Bye, guys.
See you guys later. Peace.
Later.